You would think it would take a big man to wrestle a 17-foot python. But next up, you're going to see where the Python Huntress does it all by herself.
Welcome to Farm Truck Financial, where wisdom and wealth ride shotgun. Join Eric Kearney, president of Retirement Wealth Advisors, who believes that the best kind of planning happens when 4 tires hit the road. So hop in. Today, we're talking about investment strategies that drive results.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding with you.
And welcome to Farm Truck Financial. And today we have a great show and we have a fantastic local guest, Amy Siewe. Thank you so much for being here, Amy.
Thanks for having me.
So if anybody knows Amy, they know her of the Python Huntress. She is out and she is hunting this invasive species, pythons, that have really wreaked havoc in the Everglades and Southwest Florida. So we have so much to talk about with that today. Ever since we contacted Amy and her crew, we were just super excited that you wanted to come on the show because I think people are going to be amazed at what you do to go out and fight these invasive species. But people are also going to now be more aware of this issue too, that is creeping more into Florida. And so, Amy, welcome to the show, and I do appreciate you. I know that you're very busy. Tell us about where you came from originally before you became this snake superhero.
Sure. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I went to University of Toledo. After I graduated, moved to Indianapolis, and I was a real estate broker for the last 13 years before I moved to Florida.
Oh, wow. 13 years. So I remember you saying that you were at the top of your game in the real estate world. So what did you like so much about that?
You know, I loved real estate. I loved everything about it, and I wasn't even looking for a career change, just FYI. I was in control of my own destiny. You know, I came from kind of corporate America jobs, and then I went into real estate, and I could literally work as hard as I wanted to be as big as I wanted. And I loved that. I loved having my own business.
That's great. And so in that world, you know, you thrived at that, right? And so you're doing really well. You started coming down to Florida a little bit. So why did you end up coming to Florida? Was it just the nice weather or little vacation?
Well, I hate cold weather. I always say I was a Floridian born in the wrong state. But I came down here in 2019 for a vacation because I learned about the pythons. I had no idea there were pythons down here.
Oh, okay.
And so when I learned about that, we set a vacation, came and I caught a 9-foot python. That was it. I was hooked.
And that was it, really?
This is happening.
So when you went out and I assume that you went out with a crew or with somebody else that was a guide. How did you catch this first 9-footer?
Sure. Back then, guides weren't a thing. And this was a very new activity. And I had to go online on my Facebook page to find all these snake people to see who lived in Florida. Then I found somebody, and it was Donna Khalil, who's one of the original python hunters here in Florida. She took Dave and I on a hunt, and that was it.
So did you go out during the day? Did you go out during the night? What was it like?
It was in January, actually. So we did a day hunt, and we started at 9 o'clock in the morning. We had no idea what we were in for. We didn't even catch the python till I think 5:30 that night. So it was a long day, but that's what python hunting is. It takes a minute to get an eye for it, right? These pythons, I mean, they were beyond our control before we even knew there was a problem because they are so difficult to find. So it's really, when you're on top of a truck, you're driving down the road very slow, looking on the sides. Sometimes I only see this much of the python, but because my eyes are trained now, I can pick it up.
You know what it is, yeah. So really, you got the first taste of that in 2019. You caught your first python. Then you go back and you're like, okay, I'm going to go sell more real estate. But what happened when you went back to Indianapolis after that first visit to Florida?
Well, it was about a week, and I just had this feeling. I have to go. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. It does not make any sense on paper, but I have to go. So I told Dave, literally a week after we got back, I said, I got to go to Florida. I said, there's nothing I can do from Indiana to become a python hunter. And he was like, I know. I was just waiting for you to tell me.
Oh, really? He knew that already, right? He knows you so well that he's like, we are going back to Florida, right?
He's like, so that's how it happened.
I want to talk a lot about this invasive species and how it's wreaking havoc ecologically and environmentally when we come back. So everybody, when we come back, we are going to do a deep dive into this real Python issue. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you have questions and concerns about your money, lifestyle, and retirement? Like so many, investors today worry about living expenses, healthcare costs, inflation, and stock market volatility. Instead of worrying, start planning. Eric Kearney and his team at Retirement Wealth Advisors want to sit down, get to know you, and start to build a plan that matches your vision and goals. Let's have a real conversation about what's important to you and how we get there. We'll help build you a plan based on your goals, lifestyle, and income needs, with financial clarity over complexity. Call us today for a farm fresh second opinion. Remember, you only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
And welcome back to Farm Truck Financial. And today we are with Amy Siewe, the Python Huntress. So you come down to Florida, you leave the real estate world where you were making very good money, had a great living, but you're pulled to this, right? And I think it's exciting as human beings when we are pulled towards something, right? Like we feel like that's our calling and you don't know why, right? And so you basically pack up everything, you come down here, and now you are going to get involved with the Python problem. So what happens then? What does that look like?
When I moved down here, I knew nobody. I didn't have a job. I didn't even know if they were going to be hiring for the state program because it was a pilot program.
Right.
So I go from real estate 24/7 to all of a sudden I'm here in this room that I rented from a guy in Miami that I found online.
Oh, wow.
I know. I can't believe I did that.
That doesn't sound sketchy.
I know. I still can't believe I did that. It all worked out fine. So that first day I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do now?
Right.
So I networked and I went online and I found anybody that had anything to do with Pythons, which again, 6 years ago was very different. There weren't many people in the Python world back then.
Right.
So I would just find them, call them, say, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you talk to me? Can we meet? Who else do I need to know?
Right.
All of that. And I just networked and met a whole lot of people. I would spend a lot of hours also, learning the territory, just driving, just trying to figure things out.
Right.
So that's what it was.
So you had the same passion for hunting pythons as you did in real estate. You really did the same thing in the real estate world, right? That's how you did so well. Now you're just taking those same skills and trying to figure out how to hunt for pythons.
Sure. The real estate was something that I loved, and I never thought that I would do anything else besides that.
Right.
But I've always had a passion for snakes, right? Ever since I was little. And it's always been a hobby.
Right.
So that's when I found out that there were pythons down here. It's like, wait a minute, what? And it was more the thrill of finding the python than the actual problem at the time. But anyway, so yeah, the passion that I have for this goes way back from, like, I was born with it, I feel like.
Right. And then you realize the more that you get into it, the more that I realized when I did more research on this is these pythons are a huge problem. I mean, they are invasive. They are taking over. They have no real enemies, right? I mean, we've all seen the videos of the alligators and the pythons, and it's like a 50-50 fight. I mean, you really don't know who's going to win. It's unbelievable. So the problem is that the state of Florida says that there's a huge population of smaller animals. 99% of rabbits are missing. 99% of possums are missing, or squirrels. If they're 99% missing, I would say that that's more of a huge population missing issue, right? Like, that's terrible. And I remember a gentleman walking into part of the Everglades, and he said to the reporter, "We are surrounded by pythons right now." And the reporter says to him, "How do you know?" He says, "There's no birds flying out from here. So there's no reason for birds to be here because there's no food. There's nothing here. You're surrounded by pythons." How bad is the problem?
It's epic. There's an estimated 500,000 pythons out there. They have voracious appetites, and they eat everything from the rabbits, the marsh rabbits, bobcats, squirrels, deer, alligators, wading birds, everything.
Everything.
Whatever they can get, they eat. Everything except other snakes, fish, and turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And humans.
Yeah,
we're not on the menu.
Right. That's the terrifying thing, that they're pretty much eating everything in its path. And let's talk about how they reproduce, not only once a year, but sometimes twice a year.
Technically, it is only once a year.
Okay.
Thankfully. It's about 20 to 40 eggs is the average that the pythons lay, but the big ones can lay over 100, no problem. So if you just look at those numbers, it's terrifying, really.
Yeah.
That, I mean, they're taking over everything. And the 99% of the mammals that are gone in parts of the Everglades is a very real number.
Right.
It's in parts. It's not all over yet. But how long is that going to take? Probably not very much longer.
So I want to say this, and I want to be very sensitive about this, okay? I'm an animal lover. I have donated huge money to humane societies and everything. Why do we have to be so humane when there's 500,000 snakes and getting more and more every year? Like, it's an ecological issue. It's going to be a money issue for the state of Florida, if not for the U.S. government. Why do we have to be so humane and try to pick these out? Like, we're basically handpicking these snakes out and killing them humanely, but why can't we create something that we can take out more snakes?
Well, there's a lot of research going on to try to get that figured out. But, it's not the python's fault that they're here.
Right.
They're here.
I agree.
We can go into that later, but they're here and they're just being pythons. And so if we can treat them like any other animal, we don't want them to suffer.
Right.
We don't want any of that. So if we can kill them and euthanize them humanely, that's what we want to do.
Right. I
all day long.
understand that. It's such a massive issue. When we come back, we are going to ask Amy what it is like to be bitten by a python. And I'm sure everyone wants to know. So stay tuned. We got a lot more on pythons when we come right back.
You know who has one of the toughest retirements? Procrastinators. You keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to get to that. But after months turn into years, you realize that time is one investment you can't buy back. The earlier you start, the longer your money works for you. Stop letting someday steal your future. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Don't let procrastination be the reason you work longer and retire smaller. Call us today for a complimentary review of your finances. And remember, you only retire once. So let's get it right the first time.
And we are back with Amy, the Python Huntress. So, Amy, everybody wants to know. I mean, I'm dying to know because it's terrifying. I know they have reverse teeth and you can explain that, but what is it like to get bitten by a python?
I mean, I don't recommend it. We'll just start with that. It is, it's quick. Pythons are lightning fast.
Oh.
And thankfully, it's just a defensive strike. So they're not trying to bite us and wrap us up to eat us. But
Really?
For real. I'm serious. Yeah. Thankfully.
Okay.
No one's been eaten yet. And so when they hit you, the force is pretty intense, but they have a mouthful of razor sharp teeth. And so they go into you and it's almost like a delayed reaction. You see it, you're like, oh no. They hit you and then it's like, ouch.
Ooh.
And it's like a sting. But then the worst part, it bleeds everywhere.
Oh, right.
And I got bitten by a 14-footer directly on my hand, and they have 2 rows of teeth on their upper jaw. There were 4 of us trying to catch this huge, she was so fat. I still needed my hand.
Wow.
So I was bleeding everywhere. So by the end of it, blood all over everybody, all over the snake, all over. It looked like a murder scene, but so I don't recommend getting bitten by a python, but it's not the end of the world. They're not venomous.
Yeah, that is true. So Amy has over 700 catches. I think your biggest one was 17 foot 3 inches long. We've also seen the video. Take a look at some of this video that Amy has. But Amy, I want to know, you are a petite female, and I have seen big guys grab a python and struggle with it. So tell us how powerful this snake is when you grab it by its neck. How powerful is that to hold on to?
The pythons are just one giant muscle because they're constrictors. And the power is pretty intense. It depends on how big the python is, right? A 10-footer is going to be a good fight, but you can control it. When you get into the bigger pythons, you have to be smarter, right? You have to know how to grab them. You have to know maybe you need to wear them out a little bit. There are different tricks. I mean, sometimes I have to tape their mouths. Sometimes I use a head bag to calm them down. So it just depends on the situation. But you have to be smarter than the python, because I promise you, nobody is going to outmatch, out-wrestle, out-strengthen a 17-foot python.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. So Amy takes a lot of people on guided tours. So if you ever want to go out hunting with Amy, take a look at her website. That's listed below, and you can actually schedule a guided hunt for this. And we are putting together family members, so we will be seeing you soon, and we're going to be going out there, and we're actually going to video this and do this because, like I said, I think we really do have to let the world know what a huge issue that this is and everything. So let me ask you this. What does your day-to-day look like hunting these pythons and going out there? What are you really trying to accomplish?
We are trying to get at least one python out a night. I mean, there are plenty of nights that we get skunked, just like everyone else, because these pythons are so hard to find. But there are many nights that we catch multiple pythons also. So we go on the truck. I've got a platform snake deck on my truck, and we're driving down the roads looking for these pythons. And as soon as somebody sees one, we yell python, jump off the truck, and we already have determined who's going to catch the first python, because we don't want to be, talking about that when I take people out, And so they get the python, I walk them through it, and it is a rush like you would not believe.
Is that the biggest thing you get out of this, is that rush?
That's why I came down here initially, was because of the thrill. Instead of catching a 6-foot black rat snake in Indiana, I could catch a 20-foot python. Sign me up. And then, of course, I learned about the problem. But yeah, the people that I take out, it's so cool because everybody's afraid to catch the python. Like, no matter how excited you are about it, you're still nervous. And when they overcome that and they grab that python and they're shaking with adrenaline, it's the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh.
Coolest thing.
So the crazy thing is that you are never really wearing gloves or anything. Like, you are out there, you're not really wearing anything that's protective. So tell me about that. Like, why don't you wear gloves or any kind of protection at all? I
don't wear gloves because I've been catching snakes all my life, and I feel like they get in the way. I will in the winter when we're jungle busting, just to protect my hands. But when I'm catching pythons, it's just easier for me to handle them. So
you go down the road and you're just watching for these, and you have lights on and everything. What are you really looking for? You're just looking for that little bit of python that you see, because you have an eye for this. So what can you see that other people can't see? I'll
see just like a nuance in the grass. I'll see a shine. They have a sheen to them. Their eyes don't shine, but they have a sheen. So I'll see like a little flash, in the grass. Sometimes they're right in the middle of the road. Call it a road gift. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're periscoping, where they, kind of stand up and you can see their white bellies. We're looking for any of that. Pythons spend 85% of their time not moving.
Oh, wow.
So we have to get them when they are.
Oh, okay.
And so and really, python hunting is right time, right place. You have to know where they are. You have to know what you're looking for. But, I might pass a python that's been laying there for a week and a half, and then it just decides to come up.
That's amazing.
It's tough, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So thank you so much for talking about this invasive species. We love always having you on the show, Amy. So everybody out there, if you are looking to go on a guided hunt with Amy, check out her information below. We are also going to be filming when we go out with her, and it is going to be a great adventure. So thank you so much for watching Farm Truck Financial. We will see you on the back roads of retirement.
Thanks for riding along with us today. We hope you got some good dirt. If you liked today's show, subscribe, like, and share with all your farm truck friends. We hope you'll join us for the next ride on Farm Truck Financial, where we're always planting seeds for a better future, 1 mile, $1 at a time.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding with you down the back road steady.